and the reference is sell 200,000 euro, right? So the spot rate of the euro on September 1st here would be $1.15, and here it is 1.12. So the question is, at the expiration, when you are here, since you enter into forward, you must honor forward rate. So what will be your selling price at 1.10, the forward rate? So since you need to find the answer in dollars, so our answer is 1.10 dollar over euro. So it means you just need to multiply 200,000 euro here. So euro cancel, answer would be 220,000, right? This is how you solve it. So if you make a timeline, it would be very easy to find out the answer in just 1 minute or 2 minutes. That's it. Good, guys. Now currency futures. The numerical calculation of the currency future is the same as the forward, but the difference between forward and future is that futures are more standardized, right? On every kind of basis. So similar to forward contracts in terms of obligations to purchase or sell on a specified settle date in future, the difference between contracts have a standard contract specifications, which means a standardized number of units per contract. Now we will see in our next slide what does it mean. It offers a greater liquidity. Why? Because it is traded on exchange. So typically it is based on US dollars, but can be offered on cross rates as well. So normally we use CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Okay, we use Chicago Mercantile Exchange to normally purchase currency futures. So if exchange is handling the contract, we call this future. Future is more standardized, not customized. So let's just see. So this is the standardization. So if we are dealing in Australian dollar, right? So one contract is equal to, if you need 50,000 Australian dollar, you cannot use the CME or Chicago Mercantile Exchange, because one contract is at least of 100,000 Australian dollar. If you need 200,000 Australian dollar, you will buy two contracts. Similarly with Brazilian real, British pound, we have 6 to 500. Canadian dollar, 100,000. Chinese yuan, minimum you need $1 million. 1 million yuan. Krona, Czech krona, 4 million. Similarly, we have different ones. So if you see a dollar here, minimum dollar, do we have a dollar here or US dollar, US dollar? Oh, I think US dollar is also for $100,000. Okay, these are the other currency dollars, but normally, so they are already given in terms of per contract value. If you need less than that one, at least these are the at least you need to buy one contract of this value. If you need 250 million yuan, how many contracts you need to buy? 2.5. So can you buy 2.5 contracts? No. You can buy only 2 or 3 contracts. If you buy 2 contracts, so you will be dealing in 2 million. And 500,000 you would be you are exposure to exchange rate risk, or you buy 3 contracts to reduce your or hedge your risk, right? Extra 50,000 yuan as well, 500,000 yuan as well, right? So this is how, the standardization means. What does the standardization mean? Because this is controlled by exchange. So in US, it is Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And all the things are the same. So it is more liquid. Why? Because it is heavily traded on currency, stock exchange as well. So in futures, individuals can execute or firms can execute orders for currency futures by calling the brokerage firm. It means there is someone who is doing some transaction on your behalf. We call this brokerage. So there is an electronic, platform. So the platform serves as a broker. So you maintain some, cushion there, some margin there, some advance, balance over there, so that if you lose something, so they can use your balance and transfer the money. So you do not back off from your transaction. So currency futures contracts are similar to forward contracts in that they allow customer to lock in the exchange rate at specified currency, at specified rate, and at specified date in future. The only difference are size of the contract. It is customized. It is future is standardized. Delivery date tailored. If you need 25 days, 10 days, 5 days, to 41 days, it is available. But here you need 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Everything is standardized, right? If you need, delivery to be made in 35 days, future is not available for 35 days, only for 30 days or 60 days, right? It's like that. Participants here, participants are banks, brokers, multinational corporation. The purpose of forward is to hedge, not to speculate. So normally public individuals, they are not encouraged to go for forward, right? But here everyone can do that, right? But you need to be qualified. So qualified public speculators are encouraged. Those who have degrees in this one or those who have license, they can speculate on this currency. Security deposits in forward, you don't need to have a security deposit, but if you have a compensating balance requirement with the banks, or you have already, the huge account with the bank, so bank can collateralize that account and then do the forward contract with you. But here you need to have maintain some deposits required. Okay, you need to maintain 20% of the future contract, 30% or 50% or 40%. 50, 60%. It depends on your, credit score or the country's rule is that. Clearing operations. So clearing operations are handled by, here normally the banks is like that, the brokers, but here clearing that transaction is cleared and this transaction is done, no fraudulent activity, everything, both parties honored. So this is handled by exchange provide you liquidity, clearing house operations, settlement, and market price kind of situations. Here it's a software. Marketplace, it can be a telecommunication network of the bank, personalized one, but here it is centralized exchange floor with worldwide communication. We have a physical location as well, plus we have virtual location as well, right? You can access it through email, through a website, through app, but it has a physical location as well. But for forward, you can have their intranet of a bank. You can log on right now, you can call it, and it's done. So regulators, no government regulations are applicable here. Less, you can say that application, regulation, but here extensive regulations is there. because public is involved, speculators are involved, so we need some tight controls. So in this case, we have commodity futures trading commissions, national futures associations. We have different, authorities to watch over the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Liquidation. So most of the contracts, they are liquidated by actual delivery. Although we talked about that, we do have non-deliverable forward contract, NDF, but mostly they are settled by actual delivery. But here, mostly by offsetting. No actual currencies are transferred, only difference is transferred, that's it. So transaction cost, here the transaction cost is the spread, buying and selling, but here it is the brokerage fees. Okay, we will be doing on your behalf, and we will be charging 1%, 0.1%, 0.5% of the total value whatsoever. It depends on their fees. Okay, now trading currency futures. So which one is risky, forward or future? With trade perspective, let's talk about this. The pricing of the currency, we talked about that it is the same as future. We did a breakout room activity. If instead over there written futures, answer would be the same. So the credit risk of currency futures contract. So to minimize the risk, CME or Chicago Mercantile Exchange imposes margin requirement to cover the fluctuation in the value of contract. So what if because in exchange, you don't know the other party. In forward, you know the party because it's customized. It's with the bank. You go and you know by face. People know you. Both parties know each other. But in case of exchange, you are entering into a software and you don't know the party. The thing is, maybe other party will not honor the contract. So in that case, the CME imposed margin requirement. If you are a new, your margin requirement will be higher. If you have old history, something, so your past, you see your past activity, so they decrease the margin requirement. So in that case, credit risk in futures are less than credit risk of forward. In forward, if somebody says I'm not going to honor the contract, so there is no regulations over there. Only bank has its own regulation, that's it. But in future, we have standardized, we have authorities to watch over, national future associations like that, so they will be fighting on your behalf, they will be covering your loss, right? So okay, so regarding the uses of futures, I think we will be talking about this in our coming lectures. So next week we will be having our exam, and exam pattern, we already talked about that. And remember, our assignment is due on 9th of November. Remember that one. And I would be uploading his answers after 2 p.m. Shanghai time on 9th of November, right? So that you can compare your answers, you know the answers, and it will help you to practice more and prepare for your final exam, right? Any question up till now? Kathleen, Crystal, Fabian, Haley.
No questions.
No questions.
Marilyn, Min,
Questions.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop the recording here. So best luck for your exam next week. Meanwhile, stay safe, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.